I'm pleased to be here today at the Womensphere Foundation Summit, and really to see such a great gathering of leaders and future leader women scientists and engineers. I'm also very pleased to see how many of the women faculty from Columbia School of Engineering are participating, and how many of our graduate students, our future leaders, are here today as well. The summit's theme, Creating the Future, is particularly fitting for the perspectives that I hope to share with you. I think I'm a little bit preaching to the choir today, but I think it's worth sharing some of these perspectives of mine on really the power of engineering in shaping our future and the important role women can play. So what I would like to leave with you are 4 thoughts, and then I'll talk about each of these 4 thoughts. First is that I feel that engineering is in a renaissance period today, and it's one sparking great innovation and great entrepreneurship. Second, that engineering is really key to solving many of the global challenges that we're facing across the world. Third, that engineering is now really a hub of a very pan-disciplinary approach to addressing the challenges, and that we're not doing this in isolation anymore, but we're doing it together with other disciplines. And fourth, that engineering is an education path for future leaders, whether they're going to be engineers or in another field. An engineering foundation is really a very powerful starting point in any career. So let me go to my first point, and that is the Renaissance. So I really feel that we're in a period for engineering that is truly a renaissance. And when I say engineering, I'm framing this broadly. This includes applied sciences and all technologies. Right now we're at a period where there's great research, great creativity, and often people forget the word creative when they talk about engineering. And I like to remind everyone how creative an engineer is. Great invention and great innovation. And furthermore, that our innovations are being translated to have real impact, right? And that last part, you know, people associate with entrepreneurship, but it's also intrapreneurship, okay? Just taking our ideas and really converting them to reality. So this renaissance is taking place at Columbia, at other universities across the country, in New York City, okay? And New York City has really declared the power of engineering in shaping our economy and our future in the nation and across the world. Unlike the first Renaissance period, which of course people don't associate with engineering, things are happening very quickly, right? The way we can really innovate and translate innovation to real impact is really happening at a very remarkable pace today. So the second thought I wanted to share with you is regards really the visibility of engineering. Because of our ability to have impact on major challenges, we are much more visible as engineers than we ever were before. And this is not only clear to people who have this sort of sense of their interest in math and science and physics or whatever, but it's also very apparent to everyone, to society at large, that engineers are really part of the solution to world's problems. And this is because of, as we see expanding populations across the world, our need for clean water, clean air, food, shelter, effective health care, safety, security, clean energy, mobility, and accessible modes of transportation and communications. These are all essential ingredients for a good and a high quality of living. And we're trying to bring this to more and more people across the globe. And really, we need technical solutions, creative, innovative technical solutions. And this is where engineering has its impact. A third observation I have is the intersection of engineering with many other disciplines. I think we are all very aware of our intersection with the sciences and the power of sciences in informing engineering. But increasingly, it's our intersection with other disciplines that is really, I think, catapulting the power of engineering. And by this I mean our intersections with fields very diverse. We're talking about journalism, about public health, about business, law, even international and public affairs, and medicine, of course. You can think of many different disciplines that we didn't traditionally think about. How are we informed as engineers by these disciplines? And more importantly, these disciplines are now recognizing that engineering is actually a powerful part of who they're going to be in the future. So these first three observations about engineering have resulted in great breakthroughs in research and in education at Columbia and at many universities and in industries across the nation and across the world. I was going to give a number of examples, but I know I don't have that much time, so I'll hold off on my examples because I do want to get to my fourth point. So my fourth point is about our impact on people, right? And the fact that it is really people who have an impact and who we want to have an impact on. And when we think of all of the work being done in universities, we often think and highlight all of the fantastic research, our innovations, how we're starting companies or catapulting current companies. But another very fundamental contribution that faculty make across the world is mentoring the next generation of leaders. Okay, and this is our undergraduates, our graduate students, our postdocs. And so my fourth point is engineering as a path to leadership for our next generation. And the fact that when we think of my first 3 points and the power of engineering today in really having a tangible impact on society, I think this is attracting an incredibly talented pool of students to engineering today. And another great thing about that talented pool is the diversity in that talented pool. I think people are recognizing I can be an engineer and I can really do something with my engineering degree. And I think this is an incredibly powerful element of engineering today because it's an education they can take anywhere and really have an impact. So when we think about the diversity, one thing we're particularly proud of at Columbia is our ability to attract a very diverse pool of students. And we know we're privileged to do so. One remarkable statistic, and I don't mean to brag, but one remarkable statistic is the percentage of women in our entering class this year for our undergraduates. So our class of 2017 is 44% women. This is in the School of Engineering and Applied Science. I think this is a remarkable statement that we are attracting women to engineering and that they're going to do remarkable things. And when we think about innovation and really having an impact and coming up with creative, different, out-of-the-box solutions, we really need different people working together. We need men working with women. We need people from different cultural backgrounds. We need to have a very diverse community to bring different perspectives to actually have an innovative approach to these challenges. And the fact that we're now really attracting a very diverse pool of students means it can be done, right? We may be in a little bubble, and I have to recognize we're in a little bubble at Columbia, and It's not happening everywhere. But the fact that it's happening means it can happen, and we can bring more women into engineering and other underrepresented communities as well. So I think we're proud to be able to show the possibility, and we're hoping that this translates into our graduate pool, into industry, right? We have to sometimes remind our women, well, when you leave, it's not going to be quite 40% women out there, right? So hoping that this will translate into the future. And I think that today, because of this Renaissance period, we are in a really powerful position to attract very different communities to study engineering. And so getting that word out that through engineering, that they're going to be part of creating the future is really an attractive and motivating message to any young person looking at what's their college path. And this is what we're really seeking to do. So I'm proud to have my small part in this and do what I can to help expand this further. So thank you very much.